Hello, my name is Jim Mullany from Sitek Process Solutions. Today is Friday, May 29th, 2026. I hope everyone's getting ready for a nice summer. Today I'm doing a prior to ship video on a Sitek 440S spin rinse dryer, this one right here. We'll upload this to our YouTube channel and send a link to our customer. Because of that, we keep their name confidential. However, their PO number is AC260144. Our internal sales order number is 260212. This system again is a 440S, which means it's a 4-inch system. It has the Slick device state-of-the-art control system on it. The rotor we supplied is for the Integris A182 39 MLB. It has 3 of the typical options. Actually 4. We have the anti-static module, which is in the bowl. I can see it there. We also have back here the DI resistivity probe and the water recirculation. On the back, we also have the Sitek nameplate. This is a 440S manufactured May 2026 and serial number SRD01851. And lastly, we have an EMO. This system will be going to France, so it is fully CE certified. We also are including in this shipment a level 1 spare parts package where it's actually at no charge for this project. The customer then will have the parts on site for any reason during the first year if there's a warranty issue, which we don't expect. At the end of the 1 year, they have the choice of buying the spare parts kit or sending it back to us for our stock. I'll go ahead and start the system. It's kind of boring watching it run, and then I'll talk about our support for both spin rinse dryers and all of our wet processing equipment we do. I have a typical recipe in here, which is a rinse, a purge, which blows the water out of the DI nozzles. We have a dry one and a dry two. I'll go more in depth on those as we go through the steps. We also have a second rinse step, but on this system we're not using it. That's for customers that want to rinse more than one. If they want to rinse a high RPM and maybe a low RPM rinse, or vice versa, we have the option of doing multiple recipes. Also, in our control system, the customer has the choice of turning on some of the options. The anti-static, they can turn that on or off in the process. They also can control all the heat, where they can, both the N2 heater and the bowl heater, they can have those on or off during the process. We designed our control system to handle that for customers that were very sensitive to heat possibly, and or if they didn't want to run the anti-static module all the time. So I'll simply start the tool. Let's make sure it's in there good. Okay. Green means we start the process. The yellow amber meant we are idle. So now we're rinsing. Again, we do a rinse step. We're doing a 60-second rinse. After that rinse, this is what we call low RPM. We like to run, depending on the substrate size, between the most known recipe, we're running 500 RPM rinse. At the end of the rinse, what will happen is we'll ramp up to 1800. And that's when we use the N2 will blow out the water from the DI nozzle. It'll then go into a high RPM rinse, that slings the water off of the substrate, helps off of the inside of the bowl and off the cassette. And then we go into a low RPM, which uses N2 heater elements, centrifugal force, to do the final drying of the system. I have a pretty typical process. We're doing a 90-second dry one and a 210-second dry two. Being a smaller system, you don't need a long dry cycle. The customer has the full capability of modifying any of these recipes, and or we have multiple recipes that they can run in the system. Okay, there we go. We're ramping up now. Here we go. And we're almost there. There we go. We're at 1800. Wow, that was quiet. This thing is great. It's balanced perfectly. It's a beautiful looking spin rinse dryer. Okay, while this is running, again, it's kind of boring just watching it. I'll talk about our wet processing capability and the tools we use to dry. First of all, on spin rinse dryers, we believe we're the #1 supplier of new and remanufactured spin rinse dryers in the world. We supply the whole traditional Semitool S, F, and SD product lines. We also, 5 years ago, purchased Vertec. We own the Vertec whole product line for the spin rinse dryers. And then we also have completely new Sitek spin rinse dryers also. So we have the gamut of new rinser dryers, fully remanufactured, which are like new, And then we also have our Vertex systems. Part of that support, we have our complete spare parts in those systems. We have windows, door seals, servo amps, motors, pressure switches, ACR valves, etc. We also have complete repair services. We have customers around the world that send us on a daily basis controllers for repair, servo amps to be repaired, and rotors rebalanced. One of the things we do offer quite a lot in customers is our refurbishment program. Here's an example of a customer who sent us their system. This is like, I believe, the 4th system they've sent us so far. And we do a complete refurbishment of the system and send it back like this. Clean up the poly, make it look like it's new. So we have customers on a regular basis sending spin rinse dryers to us around the world. Again, this one's actually going over to Switzerland to do their remanufacture of their systems. Okay, we're now into dry 2 for the 210 seconds. So besides spin rinse dryers, we have a slogan, we make drying a breeze. When I say that, I mean we have other drying tools. We have complete sport on the Integris Floor H2C box washers. That's the 4000, 8000, 8010, 20, and 30. We have complete spare parts on those systems. We act as a support company around the world. We also have complete software upgrades. The Slick device technology now, we're upgrading tools in the field on a regular basis. In fact, in the last 2 months, I think we've probably gotten 4 different field service retrofit installs around the United States. And then we also have our own brand new Sitek box washers. So those are used to clean boxes and cassettes and other peripheral parts. We also have our mask and wafer cleaners. That would be like the Integris, the Ultra T, Ultra Tech, K&S type single wafer scrubbers and high pressure cleaners. We also have the Sitek Slick device upgrade software for those. At our website, you can see the multiple software upgrades that we do have versions for. And lastly, on our wet processing, Sitek offers a full line of new wet sinks. That would be a vertical laminar flow, fume hood, wet sink, whatever nomenclature you use. We also include the wet sinks. That could be for stainless steel, 4910 material. We do Piranha Bass, SC1, SC2, QDRs, quick dump rinsers. We also have a full line of chemical distribution systems, CDUs, and then also pump carts, etc. So on our website, you can go and look under our landing page for our wet processing equipment, and you'll see a full range of those tools. We have about another minute and a half to go. Rounding out some of the tools we do here, we do quite a lot of photoresist pumps at Sitek. We do the IDI, Cybor, Millipore pumps. We do repairs, we do pump packages, customer Sinister pumps. We do vapor, HMDS vapor prime systems. And then we have some different metrology tools. We have some Brewer Science tracks. We have an AG high temp annealing system. Quite a lot of nanometrics, prometrics tools. Again, on our website, you can go and look at different drop downs, and that's at sitekprocess.com. And you can see the wide range of products that we do offer. The core product line is our wet processing. We make drying a breeze, which would be our spin rinse dryers, our wet sinks, our mask cleaners, and our HTCs, probably equal about 90% of our corporate business. Okay, we have about 35 seconds to go. At the end of the process, the wafer will upright we call home position, which is 12 o'clock. When that happens, the door seal will release. This will turn blue. That means unload me. And then there's a few ways of, it'll give you a notification on the controller if it was a successful or unsuccessful run. And if it is, we can clear that. If it's unsuccessful, I'll show you how you could see that and what the issue was. This will be successful, I'm pretty sure. So let's see. I mean, I guarantee it'll be successful. Okay, it's got it upright in a second. There we go. Okay. Blue means unload me. So complete successful run. It talks about all the steps, the times, etc. To clear this, you can either hit OK, clear it here, and just open the door. I will just simply open the door for this one. Okay. Alrighty. Ooh, nice and warm. Okay, it looks great. Bowl looks great. Alrighty. One of the things at Sitek we try to do is we like to train the engineers around the world, especially the maintenance team, on how to work and repair their own rinser dryers. We want to be the support company, but we realize that customers have in-house maintenance teams we can support all the spares and repairs and rebuilds, but we also like them to be able to work on their own rinser dryer. So if you had an error, this alarm screen would be on and this would be red. If you went to the alarm screen, these are all the different alarms we have. They would be lit up. That's like bowl heater, anti-static, N2 heater, motor, etc. If it had a problem and it was lit up and you clicked on it, it would tell you the cause of the problem, how to troubleshoot it, and what the repair should be. And if you have any problems, call us at Sitek. There we go. So that will conclude this very short prior to shipment video on a Sitek 440S spin rinse dryer. Again, this is CE mark. It is being shipped to France. Today is Friday, May 29, 2026. Again, my name is Jim Mullany. If you have any questions, you can feel free to call us at 916-797-9000 and ask for anyone in our outside or inside sales organization. Thank you and have a great day.